Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Inshallah, today we'll study the ayah وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ. We'll start from there till وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. Just I am reading first and then you repeat. I am reading short, 1 or 2, 3 words, and then listen to me carefully. Try to say like me. Okay, inshallah. After this one, we'll study a bit pronunciation, and then we'll study dua. We'll try to memorize today's dua, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Please say loudly. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
وإذ ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات فأتمهن قال إني جاعلك للناس إماما قال ومن ذريتي قال لا ينال عهد الظالمين وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا واتخذوا من مقام إبراهيم مصلى وعهدنا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل أن طهر بيتي للطائفين والعاكفين والركع السجود وإذ قال إبراهيم اجعل هذا بلدا آمنا وارزق أهله من الثمرات من آمن منهم بالله واليوم الآخر قال ومن كفر فأمتعه قليلا ثم أضطره إلى عذاب النار وبئس المصير وإذ يرفع إبراهيم القواعد من البيت وإسماعيل ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم
أنت التواب الرحيم
أنت التواب الرحيم
إنك أنت التواب الرحيم
رحيم ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة ويزكيهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم صدق الله العظيم صدق الله العظيم عظيم. Now we'll study the pronunciation, the letters. Is there here? Elif. A bit loud. Okay, say a bit loudly. B. T. Th. Jim. Ha. Ha. Dal. Zel. Ra. Z. Sin. Shin. Sad. Dot. Ta. Va. Ain. Ghain. Fa. Qaf. Kaf. Lam. Mim. Nun. Ha. Waw. Yeah. We study like this. I. Ü. B. Bi. Bu. Te. Ti. Tü. Fe. Fi. Sü. Ce. Ci. Cü. Ha. Hi. Hu. Ha. Hi. Hu. De. Di. Dü. Ze. Zi. Zü. Ra. Zi. Ru. Z, Z, Z, Se, Si, Sü, Şe, Şi, Şü, Sa, Si, Su, Da, Dı, Du, Ta, Tı, Tu, Va, Zı, Zu, A, I, U, Ra, Li, Gu, Fe, Fi, Fü, Da, Dı, Bu, Ke, Ki, Kü, Le, Li, Lü, Me, Mi, Mü, Ne, Ni, Nü, Ve, He, Hi, Hü, Ve, Vi, Vü, Ye, Yi, Yü. Now we study Eb, İb, Üb, Et, İt, Üt, Es, İf, Üs, Ence, İc, Üc, Eh, İh, Üh, Eh, İh, Üh, Ed, İd, Üd, Ez, İz, Üz, Er, İr, Ür, Ez, İz, Üz, Es, İs, Üs, Eş, İş, Üş, Es, İs, Üs, Ev, İl, Ül, Ed, İld, Üd, Ez, İz, Üz, İr, Ür, El, İl, Ül, Ef, İf, Üf, Ek, İnk, Ünk, Ek, İk, Ük, El, İl, Ül, Em, İm, Üm, En, İn, Ün, Eh, İh, Üh, Ev, İv, Üv, Ey, İy, Üy. This one with sükun. Now we said the Eb, Be, Eb, Bi, Eb, Bü, Et, Te, Et, Ti, Et, Tü, Esse, Esse, Essi, Essü, Etce, Etci, Etcü, Ehha, Ehhi, Ehhu, Ehha, Ehhi, Ehhu, Edde, Eddi, Eddü, Ezze, الذي
الذي
الذ
الذو
الر
الرا
الري
الري
الرو
الرو
الز
الزع
الزي
الزي
الزي
الزي
الزو
الزو
الس
السع
السي
السي
السو
السو
الش
الشا
الشي
الشي
الشو
الشو
الص
الصع
الصي
الصي
الصو
الصو
الله
الضا
الضي
الضي
الضو
الضو
الضا
الضا
الضي
الضي
الضو
الضو
الضا
الضا
الضي
الضي
الضو
الضو
أع
أعع
أعي
أععي
أعو
أععو
أغى
أغى
أغي
أغي
أغو
أغو
أف
أف
أفي
أفي
أف
أفو
أقطى
أقطى
أقضي
أقطي
أقو
أقو
أك
أكا
أكي
أكي
أك
أكو
ألا
ألا
ألي
ألي
ألو
ألو
أما
أما
أمي
أمي
أم
أم
أن
أن
أني
أني
أن
أنو
أه
أها
أهي
أهي
أه
أهو
أو
أوى
أوي
أوي
أو
أوو
أي
أي
أي
أي
أي
أيو
This one is with shadda. Okay, this one. Now we'll practice with stretch. Okay, we'll met. Ab ba
أبا
ab bi
أبي
ab bu
أبو
atta.
أتا
We open our mouth. When we stretch, we have to open our mouth. Ab ba
أبا
ab bi
أبي
ab bu
أبو
atta
أتا
atti
أتي
attu
أتو
essa
أثا
essi
أثي
essu
أثو
ejja
أجا
ejji
أجي
ejju
أجو
ahha
أحا
ahhi
أحي
ahhu
أحو
akha
أخا
akhi
أخي
akhu
أخو
adda
أدى
addi
أدي
addu
أدو
azza
أذى
azzi
أذي
azzu
أذو
arra
الرا
arri
الري
arru
الرو
azza
أزى
azzi
أزي
azzu
أزو
essa
أسى
essi
أسي
essu
أسو
esha
أشا
eshi
أشي
eshu
أشو
essa
أصا
essa الصي
الصي
الصو
الصو
الله
الله
الضيب
الضي
الضو
الضو
الضاء
الضاء
الضيب
الضي
الضو
الضو
الظاء
الضاء
الضيب
الضي
الضو
الضو
أعى
أعى
أعي
أعي
أعو
أعو
أغى
أغوى
أغي
أغي
أغو
أغو
أفا
أفا
أفي
أفي
أفو
أفو
أقى
أقى
أقضي
أقي
أقو
أقو
أكا
أكا
أكي
أكي
أكو
أكو
ألا
ألا
ألا
ألا
ألي
علي
ألو
علو
أما
أما
أمي
أمي
أمو
أمو
أنا
عنا
أني
عني
أنو
عنو
أها
أحا
أهي
أحري
أهو
أحو
أوا
أوى
أوي
أوي
أوو
أوو
أيا
أيا
أيي
أيي
أيو
أيو
Okay, and then we'll study like this. Okay, these are good exercise to pronounce the letters. Okay, sometimes, for example, when we say ra, it is with kesra. Ri. When we say ra, the mouth full, but when we say ri with kesra, the mouth empty. Okay, ra, ri. Okay. And then when we get used these things, this is like pronunciation. When we read Qur'an, we can read easily because we can strengthen our pronunciation. Now we'll study our dua. Today's dua is, what is this, Furqan? We'll study all together, inshallah. First, we'll read the meaning. O Allah, I take refuge in you from what? From miserliness and cowardice. I take refuge in you, lest I be returned to the wars of lives. And I take refuge in you from the trials and tribulations of this life and the punishment of the grave. May Allah protect us, the punishment of grave, all of us, inshallah. This is very important. The first dua, Allahumma.
Allahumma
Inni.
inni
You see, we practice anna, anni, annu. Here is inni. Okay.
inni
A'udhu. When do we say this one? A'udhu billahi minash shay. A'udhu. I seek refuge. Bika
bika
minal bukhli.
min al-bukhli.
One more. Allahumma
Allahumma
inni
inni
a'udhu bika
a'udhu bika
minal bukhli.
min al-bukhli.
We say all together. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal bukhli.
Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-bukhli.
Can we say by heart? We'll try. We close our eyes and then we try to say. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal bukhli. We close. Let's close our eyes and then we can say. And then we say, I Allah, oh Allah, I take refuge in you from miserliness. Okay, that's very important. Allahümme inni e'udhu bike minel buhli. Bilsek?
Allahümme inni a'udhu bika minel bukhl.
Okay. Ve e'udhu bike
A'udhu bika
minel cübni.
minel jubni.
Ve e'udhu bike
A'udhu bika
minel cübni.
minel jubni.
Ve e'udhu bike minel cübni.
A'udhu bika minel jubni.
Allah, from beginning. Allahümme
Allahümme
inni
inni
e'udhu bike
a'udhu bika
minel buhli.
minel bukhli.
Ve e'udhu bike
A'udhu bika
minel cübni.
minel jubni.
Can we say together? Both of them. Allahümme inni e'udhu bike minel buhli ve e'udhu bike minel cübni. We memorize inshallah. We try to keep in our mind. That's good. Say and then look at it. E'udhu bike, e'udhu bike, e'udhu bike. Okay. And then all of them e'udhu start. Ve the third one. Ve e'udhu bike.
A'udhu bika
We say e'udhu. And not mixed. E'udhu. E'udhu. Bike min en uradde. Min en uradde. Min en uradde. Min en uradde. En uradde. İlâ erzelil umuri. En uradde. İlâ erzelil umuri. Ve e'udhu bike min en uradde ila erzelil umuri. Can we say without looking? Ve e'udhu bike min en uradde ila erzelil umuri. İlâ erzelil umuri. We'll start from beginning. Allahümme inni e'udhu bike minel bukhli. Ve e'udhu bike minel cübni. Ve e'udhu bike min en uradde ila erzelil umuri. Okay, the fourth one. Ve e'udhu bike, you know this one, min fitneti dünya ve azabil kabri. You know, yeah, this one, this azabil kabr. All of us, we know. And then fitna, we know. Ad-dunya, we know. Okay. Ve e'udhu bike min fitneti dünya ve azabil kabri. Ve e'udhu bike min fitneti dünya ve azabil kabri. Ve e'udhu bike min fitneti dünya ve azabil kabri. We say all of them from last one. Ve e'udhu bike min fitneti dünya ve azabil kabri. Ve e'udhu bike min fitneti dünya ve azabil kabri. Allah, from beginning. Allahümme inni e'udhu bike minel bukhli. Ve e'udhu bike minel cübni. Ve e'udhu bike
وأعوذ بك
من أن أرد
من أن أرد
إلى أرذل العمر
إلى أرذل العمر
وأعوذ بك
وأعوذ بك
من فتنة الدنيا
من فتنة الدنيا
وعذاب القبر.
وعذاب القبر.
Okay, last one we read is meaning. O Allah, I take refuge in you from my illness and cowardice. I take refuge in you lest I be returned to the worst of lives, and I take refuge in you from the trials and tribulations of this life and the punishment of the grave. May Allah accept our dua, inshallah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في الكلام المجيد والفرقان الحميد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Inshallah, as Imam Hasan has recited the ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah 124 to, we'll just go to the translation and a little bit of explanation of these ayah. These ayah are very, very important. These are all to do with Ibrahim alayhi salam. We know Ibrahim alayhi salam, he is the father of all the Anbiyas. And we know the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam. I just want to give a little bit of reminders what we know about Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam was born to a family who were worshipping these statues. And the period of that time was they were worshipping the statues, and also Namrud was the ruler and they used to consider him as a god. As during the time of Musa alayhi salam, the people used to worship Pharaoh as God, and he himself in Al-Quran Kalim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that he told Ana Rabbukum al-Ala, Na'uzubillah, he said, I am the highest God. So people used to worship. So at the same time, Ibrahim alayhi salam times, Namrud was the ruler, the king, and they considered him as a god. Not only that, but also there were statues. The statues were manufactured or cut from the stone or from the wood, carved from the wood, and they used to place. Now, if you go back to India, Pakistan, or not Pakistan, but India and some other places, you find these statues. And the Hindus are worshipping these statues even nowadays. So at that time they used to worship these statues as God, but they used to believe in one God, but they said that the one God is not sufficient. They have to be several gods to do different types of activities. Now, like we have departments, every department is different, so they used to say, okay, this is the department of this God. If you want anything to be done from that type, you have to worship this God. So this was going on during the time of Ibrahim alayhi salam. But Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appointed him as a prophet and then ordered him to go to Namrud and explain to him. So what he did, you know the story about he went and broke the statues, and then people said, okay, you have done something harm to our gods, so we are going to punish you. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Ibrahim salam go first of all to Namrud to tell him to accept as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is God. So when Ibrahim salam went to Namrud and he said, I am not worshipping you, but I am worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he said that, okay, what is your God does? And we know in Al-Quran Al-Karim, Ibrahim salam gave him one answer first, that he gives life and takes away the life. And Namrud said, that is, I can do it. And he brought two prisoners from the jail. One was to be freed tomorrow, and the other was going to be hanged or killed tomorrow. Then he said, no, this person's life is going to be taken tomorrow, and this person is going to be free, according to our rules and regulation and orders given. But now I have the power to take away the life or give the life. You know, this man's life is going to be taken tomorrow. Now I am giving him life. I am setting him free. Tomorrow you can go, your life is not going to be taken. The second one, whose life was going to be freed tomorrow, he said, no, I am taking the life of this person, and this person is going to be killed in front of me. So in front of all the audience, Namrud ordered, and in front of Ibrahim a.s. and all the audience, this person was beheaded in front. And then the other one who was going to be killed or punished or hanged, he was ordered to go free, and he walked away from the palace. So he said that, look, I can give life, I can take away. Ibrahim a.s. asked a question. This is in some books of tafsir, that's I'm telling you. And he said, what you have done is not I meant. And Ibrahim a.s. said that, can you give life to the person you have just killed? And he kept quiet. And he asked, does your God give? He said, of course, my Allah can give life to the person who was killed just in front of me. And he asked a question, have you seen with your eyes that your God has given life after the death? And Ibrahim salam kept quiet. He's a prophet, he cannot lie because he hasn't seen with his eyes anybody who was killed and given the life. He kept quiet. But straight away Ibrahim salam said, okay, my God brings the sun from the east to west. If you have the power, bring the sun from the west to east. And he kept quiet, he couldn't do. But he said that, no, I am giving you a 40 days notice. If you don't come back to me, then you are going to be burned alive. So he was sent for 40 days, but he cannot go out because there is a surrounding of this area. And the people were asked to collect the wood from far and away to make such a huge pile that it should be remembered in the history that this was a huge pile which was burned to burn Ibrahim a.s. And because that is going to give lessons to the youngsters not to disobey me and stop worshipping me. Ibrahim a.s. went out of the palace. What he did, first thing, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, show me how you give life after death. The reason was that if suppose in future anybody asks me a question, have you seen with your eyes? I can say, yes, I have seen with my eyes. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, okay, take 4 birds, different types of birds, and in couple of days make them friendly with you so that they can understand you and obey you. So he trained them by whistling to bring them and to make them move away from him. This he did first thing, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, no, take them into a very wide area and cut their heads, cut their wings, cut their legs, and then there are 4 parts now, the heads and the bodies and the wings and the legs. So 4 different corners, put their heads, put their wings, put their bodies and put their legs. Come to the center and whistle how you used to invite them. And Ibrahim salam did the same thing, whistle, and from one side the heads came, from the other side the body came, and the legs and the wings, they came near Ibrahim salam, and all joined and they got the life and they started flying. So Ibrahim salam said, Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have showed me how you give. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ibrahim, you tested me how I give you life. Now it is my turn to test you. Then Ibrahim salam went into several tests. The first test was the burning. The woods was corrected and all started to burn. And Ibrahim salam was taken and he was going to be thrown. But they cannot throw it because if they moved nearer, they couldn't go any further because of the heat. So they said what to do. And then it was explained, or in the books of tafsir say the shaitan tricked them and showed them how to make a tree, bend the tree and then attach him, or they say that how to throw him out into the with several things, explanations are given. But when this was coming, Ibrahim salam was about to be thrown into the fire. Jibreel salam came and he said that if you wish, I can give you help. And he brought an angel under his power was wind. He said, if you give permission, this angel can blow it, and then in 1 second the whole fire and woods will be thrown out hundreds of miles away. He kept quiet. And the second angel came. Jibreel said that he has the power of rain. If you say yes, then he is going to bring the clouds, and in 1 minute such a flooding rain, everything will be completely cooled down. He kept quiet. And the third one came, an angel who has power over the mountain. He said, if you tell yes, he is going to bring the mountain which is closest and drop it on the fire, and in 1 second all the fire is gone. He kept quiet. Then Jibreel said, I asked you for help, and he didn't say anything. Ibrahim said, oh Jibreel, can I ask you a question? He said, yes, you can ask. He said, does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what is happening, and he is seeing what is happening here? He says, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Alim Al-Khabir. He has the knowledge and he sees everything, nothing is hidden. He said, if Allah knows what is happening here, I do not have to ask anybody for any help. He is my Khalil, he is the one who is going to help me. And then the word is spoken is, Hasbi Allahu wa ni'mal wakil. This is in Al-Quran Al-Kareem. And these details are there in Al-Quran Al-Kareem about the incidents of the birds and the calling, and then Ibrahim salam seeing it. So as this happened, then Ibrahim salam was thrown into the fire. What happened in the fire? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the fire to form hands. When Ibrahim salam is dropping from the above to hold him, and the fire became cool. Brought him, and as soon as his feet touched the fire, burning fire, everything turned into green garden. And he said that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya naru kuni bardam wa salamun ala Ibrahim. O fire, cool down, but with salam. Salamati means to preserve it. It should not turn into severe coldness, as like freezing. That is also harmful. So cool with kindness and preserving the everything, you see. So that happened. So Ibrahim salam passed one test. He didn't take any help from anybody. Have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then soon what happened? Then he got married, and then no children were there, and then he got married to Bibi Hajra. First to Bibi Sarah, and then Bibi Hajra, and then had a son. Ismail alayhi salam was born, and they were living very close to each other. I'm just giving all the brief information because once I go into the translation, you will understand this very, very easily. So this happened, and Bibi Hajra was there, the son was born, and Bibi Sarah said that, okay, because I couldn't give birth, and the other woman who you married has given a son, when he cries, it is upsetting me. So could you move the tent a bit far away so that I don't hear the cry of the baby? So he said, okay, yes. He took Bibi Hajra and the newborn baby Ismail salam far away, about half a mile, 1 mile, and think, okay, this is better, no noise can come. He said, can we put the tent? Jibreel salam said, you cannot stay here, you have to travel. Then he said, okay, travel. He said, these orders from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He traveled. And then after a long time he said, I can settle here. He said, no, you have to travel. You have to travel. And Jibreel salam guided him to travel and travel and travel till he came from Baitul Maqdis is Jerusalem. He had to travel to Mecca. Can you imagine the distance from one place to the other? And he said, this is the place you are ordered to leave the baby. And the only thing is, you cannot tell your wife that you are leaving and going away. this is very strict order. He said, okay. The test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bringing all the way from Baitul Maqdis to Mecca, which is at that time, it was very hot deserted area. No habitation, nothing at all. No trees, no water, nothing. For miles and miles, nothing. All dry land. And he had to leave Bibi Hajra with a newborn baby and walked away. He left one leather bag with the water, and that's all, and left. And Bibi Hajra was thinking that he's going around to look for the water, but when she saw him, he wasn't looking anywhere, with eyes down and just walking away. She called him, he did not reply. She called him, did not reply. Called him, did not reply. And he was walking away, walking away, walking away. And she ran after him. And she said, what is happening? Are you leaving us? He kept quiet. And then she said, are you leaving us because you have got orders from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He cannot reply, but he just nodded his head and walked away. She came back in the center, deserted, hot area with the newborn baby, with only a little water in the leather bag. And she said, okay, if Allah has ordered you to leave us, He is the one who is going to support us. So He is sufficient for us. So Ibrahim walked away, walked away, walked away, went to a long area. He turned in and he cannot see them, but behind the mountains, he made a dua. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I am leaving my family here. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look after them, care them, provide them all the benefits, and give them the food from different places. Thamara, he used fruits, vegetables and things like that to give them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala look after them, and he went away. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you have passed the second test. What was his age? He was making dua for 70 years. 70 years for a child to take his mission. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave a baby, a boy to him, and now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tested him to leave the boy in the desert where there is no provisions and walked away. He came back to Jerusalem, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you have passed the second test. And then he was looking after to go back and see his son, how he is. So after so many years, Allah gave him permission to go and visit his son and wife. So after such a long time. And you know what happened during that time? Bibi Hajra was looking for water finished, hot air, desert, and the baby crying with thirst. And then she could not bear. She ran to the tops of mountains to look for water. First to the Safa, couldn't find, ran away to Marwa, couldn't find, then going 7 times going back and forwards, and that becomes Sa'i, which we perform when we go for Umrah and Hajj. And that is the sunnah of Bibi Hajra climbing Safa and Marwa, looking for water for the newborn baby who is crying with thirst. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala liked this idea and made it sunnah for anybody, and part of the Umrah and Hajj, whoever goes for that. Anyhow, after a long time, Ibrahim alayhi salam comes, look at the son and the wife, they meet, they ran. They are both prophets, so they know each other. As soon as he comes, they run and grab and hug and sat down and talked for a long time. And then he sleeps. And in the evening, during the sleep, he has a dream. He is cutting the throat of his son. He wakes up. And then in some places it said that he had the dream for 3 days. He kept quiet for 1 day and second day. The third day he had the dream. He went to his son. He said, oh son, I had a dream, and the dreams of the prophets are true dreams. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me to sacrifice you. A child of nowadays, if you see if a father left the son for a long time and goes away, and after a long time comes, and they will be angry, oh, why did you leave me for such a long time, and so on, come, so what have you brought me? Some presents after leaving me for such a long time. So instead of that, nowadays he says, I'm going to, what are you going to do, Dad? You left me, brought no presents, and now you want to kill me? That is the Prophet. He says, Ya abatif al. Go ahead, because it's an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's not saying that, okay, you go ahead. And he said that, Insha'Allah min as-sabirin. Insha'Allah, if Allah wills, I am going to be patient to go through this trial, what you are going to do. And then Ibrahim alayhi salam with Ismail alayhi salam walks to this mountain Marwa. Will we go Safa Marwa? To go to the mountain Marwa, and then he says, okay, this is the place to sacrifice me. I'm going in details because inshallah this is all helpful for today's translation. He lies down and he says, oh Dad, now I am lying down here, and say, okay, you go ahead. And he has the knife and looking at the sun, and the neck is there and the hand is there, and his hand is moving, but the son realizes my father his hand is moving but not so straight. So he said, he tore his cloth. He said, okay, I will blindfold your eyes so that you don't see me while you are cutting my throat. So he blindfolded Ibrahim Salam's eyes, lie down, hold his hand with the knife, and he put the sharp end of the knife on his throat and say, Ya Abati, oh my Dad, go ahead, now you use this to kill me or sacrifice me to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then with his closed eyes he can feel the knife touching the flesh, and started moving and moving and moving and moving till the knife touches the ground. So once he had the feeling that it has touched the sand now, then he left the knife and removed his blindfold. And what he sees, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent a lamb from the heaven that was slaughtered, and he saw Ismail alayhi salam standing in front smiling. So this was the third test Ibrahim alayhi salam passed. Ya Ibrahim, قَدْ صَدَّقْتَ الرُّؤْيَا إِنَّا كَذَلِكَ نَجْزِي الْمُحْسِنِينَ. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in Al-Quran, you truly have completed the dream, you saw it. So he passed 3 tests, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him 3 titles. He is called Abul Anbiya. He is father of all the prophets. Because if you see, apart from the few prophets who were before Nuh alayhi salam or so, all the prophets you count, they are all children of Ibrahim alayhi salam. So he is Abul Anbiya, one title. Then second title Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is given is Imam Nas. You are the leader of the mankind. And the third title he has given is Khalilullah. So one title for the humanity, one title for the prophets, one title for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself. Abul Anbiya, Imam Nas, Khalilullah. So 3 titles given to Ibrahim alayhi salam. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rewarded him. When he rewarded, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him to build Kaaba with help of Ismail alayhi salam. So they both constructed the Kaaba, and the Kaaba, how is it constructed? The area was shown, the same area where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered Adam alayhi salam to construct Kaaba, Baitullah. That was constructed by Adam alayhi salam. During the floods of Nuh alayhi salam, the whole Kaaba was completely wiped away. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with Jibreel alayhi salam came and gave them the direction which place was the Kaaba made by Adam alayhi salam. This was the area, you built it. So Ibrahim salam and Ismail salam both digging the area, bringing the stone, putting stone from where Hajar Aswad is, first stone, and the second, and the third, and the fourth, and then making a rectangle. And coming back here, now to put the second layer of stones. Complete the third layer and the fourth layer, and after that other layers are to be made, but it is too high, so they were ordered to have a big stone, and Ibrahim alayhi salam climbed on that stone, and then Ismail alayhi salam helped him and put. So how many layers? 7 layers. 1 layer, second layer, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th. So they turned 7 times. So for anybody going for Umrah and Hajj, they have to make tawaf 7 times. This is the sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam constructing the Kaaba with Ismail alayhi salam. Once this completed, then he came out, but when he came out, he saw his prints on the stone he was standing. So this is called Muqam Ibrahim. So near the Kaaba, if you go, a little place is there covered with golden area and glass, and this stone is there with the footprints of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and this is called Muqam Ibrahim. From there, that is there, and then we were ordered to, when we performed the 7 circles tawaf, 2 rakat near Muqam Ibrahim. But this is the background. And then both father and son made dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever we have done, please accept the construction of this Kaaba. And they both some say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first of us, make us obedience. The word used is Muslimin. Make us Muslimin and obedient. And then out of this, our descendants, make them also Muslimin. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them, Ibrahim salam saying that, oh Ibrahim, I am going to make you the leader. The first question Ibrahim salam asked, what about my descendants? He said, descendants, only the believers will carry on the leadership. The disbelievers, I have got nothing to do. Then another dua Ibrahim alayhi salam makes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this area, or give us fruits and food and things like that to the believers. Allah said, because the first request was to make my descendants also Imam. He said, no, the Imam to become leaders is restricted to the believers. Then Ibrahim salam make a dua, okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give us rizq and samara and foods and everything to the believers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no, as far as the worldly things as there, I will give it to everybody, believers and non-believers. But the benefits of this world and the hereafter is going to be with believers. This is the best thing to, and both of them are making dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from our descendants, make a prophet who is going to give the tilawa, recitation, and hikmah, and also tazkiyah, cleanliness, clear the sin, clear the mind, clear their heart, give them correct guidance. This is the 3 things they was. And the only prophet who belongs to Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam is only Ar-Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Because there are 125,000 prophets came, but they are from Bani Israel. But only one prophet came where Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam is there, only Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he is the one who comes here. So inshallah, I'm just quickly going through the translation, and this is the background. If you know the background, this everything is going to come inshallah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Because the recitation has been done, so I'm just going through the translation. When his Lord tested Abraham with certain commandments, and he fulfilled them, he said, I appoint you a leader of mankind. وَإِذِ ابْتَلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ رَبُّهُ بِكَلِمَاتٍ فَأَتَمَّهُنَّ قَالَ إِنِّي جَاعِلُكَ لِلنَّاسِ إِمَامًا. Immediately what happens? قَالَ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِي, what about my descendants? قَالَ لَا يَنَالُ الْأَحْدِ الظَّالِمِينَ. He said, and what about my descendants? My covenant, said he, does not apply to the evildoers. And when we made the house at Mecca to be a place of assembly for the people and place of safety, وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ وَأَمْنًا وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَّقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلًّى. That's the safety, and take to yourself Abraham's station for place of prayer. We imposed duty upon Abraham and Ismail to clean our house for those who go around it, who remain therein for devotion, and who kneel and prostrate themselves in prayers. Here, وَعَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ أَن طَهِّرَ بَيْتَ لِلطَّائِفِينَ وَالْعَاكِفِينَ وَالرُّكَّعِ السُّجُودِ. There are three things mentioned here. One is tawaf, ta'ifin tawaf, we do circling. Wal-akifina, where we do itikaf in the holy place, in the mosque. And rukai sujud is prayers, because the prayer consists of ruku and sajda. وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّ اجْعَلْ هَذَا بَلَدًا آمِنًا وَارْزُقْ أَهْلَهُ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ مَنْ آمَنَ مِنْهُمْ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ قَالَ وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَأُمَّتِهُ قَلِيلًا ثُمَّ أَثَّرُهُ إِلَىٰ عَذَابِ النَّارِ. Abraham say, oh my Lord, make this a land of peace and feed its people with fruits, those of them that believe in Allah and the last day. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no, it's not restricted from them. As for those that believe, I shall let them prosper a while and then drag them to the torment of the fire. An evil destination indeed. He is asking for peace. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the peace to Kaaba and the surrounding area. Even in the Jahiliyyah, they were known that there are 4 months of safety, no bloodshed around the Makkah and Kaaba area. Nobody is to be slaughtered, nobody killed, no zulm on this. And there were 4 sacred months. So the aman is there, the prosperity is there. And we know an incident from Al-Qur'an al-Kareem. These people are mushrikeen. After Ibrahim alayhi salam, for hundreds of years, what happened? Soon they started putting statues in the Kaaba. 360 or 65 statues were put inside the Kaaba. The holy place Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail salam collected, this was done, and the people of there. And this time there is a surah called Surah Al-Fil, where Abraha tried to invade and demolish the Kaaba, and you know what happened in Surah Al-Fil. Allah says that this is the place Allah has made its place of aman and peace. Nobody can attack and nobody can do. And who was Abraha? Abraha was a Christian of that time, the true believer of Isa alayhi salam. And the people in Kaaba and Mecca are the worshippers of statues. And the one who has got the true guidance of that time, he is trying to attack the people who are worshipping statues. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made a commitment that this place is going to be a place of peace. So a Christian of that time is attacking the statue worshippers, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped him, because this place has to be saved. So this is the place of Aman. This is وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ. This is all explanation done when they started constructing the Kaaba. I want to just mention one thing where this point was mentioned about feeding and fruits and fruit. We know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has got names we use in Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. So what is Rahman and what is Rahim? The explanation given by the scholars is Rahim is the giving to the entire humanity, whether they believe in Allah or not. So the benefits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to distribute is to the whole humanity. That is Ar-Rahman, giving everything. But Ar-Rahim is limited to the believers. He is going to be kind, and that sifat of Ar-Rahim is going to be established after this world finishes. Then the believers is going to be given lots and lots from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He is going to say, this is this sifa of Rahim, giving specially to you, not to the non-believers. But as far as Rahman is concerned, everybody, you see, you say we believe in Allah, somebody says you don't believe, we are atheists. Are they dying with hunger? Are they thirsty? No. Everybody is fed, they are all getting. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahman and Rahim. That I just wanted to mention. We say here for Ibrahim al-Khabaida min al-Bayt wa Ismail. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim. Rabbana waj'alna muslimain. They are asking for themselves first. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make us submissive and Muslim. Who? Ibrahim al-Islam, Ismail al-Islam, for themselves. Rabbana waj'alna muslimain lak. Wa min zurriyatina ummatan muslimatan lak. Then our descendants, O Lord, make us submissive to you and make of our descendants a nation that will submit to you. وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا وَأَرِنَا مَنَاسِكَنَا, and teach us about the rites of worshipping, how to worship you, how to pray, and how to perform the Hajj. That's why it is called Manasik-e-Hajj. The rituals and rites, how to perform the Hajj. وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا, and turn to us mercifully. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ, you are the forgiving, the merciful. رَبَّنَا وَبَعَثْ فِيهِمْ رَسُولًا, O our Lord, send forth to them a messenger of their own people, who shall declare to them your revelation and instruct them in the book and wisdom and purify them of sin. You are the mighty, the wise one. So the tilawa is one, recitation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ayah, and the hikmah, the knowledge, that is explanation of Al-Quran Al-Karim and all the books of hadith, and what Allah Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained in the hadith is all comes under the wisdom and hikmah of explanation. And then purify us, to make us yuzakkihim, to purify us from all the wrong beliefs, the cleanliness of the body, the clothes, and the place of worship, and then cleanliness of our heart, our mind, and also on and so forth. So this concludes our today's talk, and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us, and also to be the true believers and true followers of Ibrahim alayhi salam. If you look at this, the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the only ummah who are truly following Ibrahim alayhi salam nowadays, because the Judaism and Christianity is also part coming from Ibrahim alayhi salam, but they have moved from the reality. And only the ummah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the only one who are just following the sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam. We perform the Hajj, we perform the Umrah, which is given to the Jews and the Christian, and they completely forgot. And this is the only ummah performing the manasik of Hajj and Umrah, what Ibrahim alayhi salam. So the whole Ibrahim, the Hajj and Umrah, what is this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rewarded Ibrahim alayhi salam, high position. What he did is one of the fards which is made for this ummah is all rotating around Ibrahim alayhi salam and his family. The sacrifice is there to do with Ismail alayhi salam. The tawaf is there, constructing of the Kaaba of Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. And the sa'i is the sunnah of Bibi Hajar. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us, inshallah. And next Saturday, Dr. Salim is going to do the translation and explanation of the ayah, and I have given him 10 ayah, and that is from my left. And I have given him the details from ayah number 130 to 141. 130 to 141 is Dr. Salim is going to, inshallah, next end of the juice, and the following Saturday will be, inshallah, we are going to start the Sayful.
Just to highlight, all of these three ayahs are big popular du'as, aren't they?
Yes, these are the very popular du'as, because what Ibrahim Ismail Salam made, we do the same du'as confirming. And this is the beauty of these du'as are the du'as of Al-Quran Al-Kareem. The beauty is that you are making a du'a, and this du'a is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked us to do. So we are obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are making a du'a, and with this du'a, you are going to get the rewards. For each word, 10 rewards. Like Rasulullah says that when you read Al-Quran Al-Kareem, if you say Alif, Lam, Mim, is not one reward. Alif is separate, Lam is separate, Mim is separate. For each, not only one reward, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiplies each reward with 10. So if you say Alif, Lam, Mim, you get 30 rewards. And if you recite these dua, you are making a dua, you are obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's orders, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give you rewards for reciting this dua. Other duas, alhamdulillah, you are very good to recite and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help. But with these duas, because this is part of the Quran, you get the rewards as well. Then finally we come to A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. And Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu ta'ala قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله تعالى طيب لا يقبل إلا طيبا وإن الله أمر المؤمنين بما أمر به المرسلين فقال تعالى يا أيها الرسول كلوا من طيبات وعملوا صالحا وقال تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم ثم ذكر الرجل يطيل السفر عش غير يمد يديه إلى السماء يا ربي يا ربي ومطعمه حرام ومشربه حرام وملبسه حرام وغذي بالحرام فأنى يستجاب له. The explanation is that Rasul said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure. Verily Allah the exalted is pure. He does not accept but that which is pure. Allah commands the believers with what He commanded the messenger. Allah the Almighty said, O you messenger, eat of the good things and act righteously. And Allah says, and Allah the Almighty also said, O you who believe, eat of the good things that we have provided you with. Then the Prophet ﷺ mentioned the case of a man who, having journeyed far, is disheveled and dusty, and who stretches out his hands to the sky saying, O Lord, while his food was unlawful, his drink was unlawful, his clothing was unlawful, and he is nourished with unlawful things. So how can he be answered? This is a warning for us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure and He accepts only pure. Pure does not include that just we restrict food. Food is the only thing. We say, what is pure? The food. And we said, okay, look for the halal food. This is thing in our mind. But don't restrict pureness to the food. Of course, food is also tayyib, but good deeds, good people, good speech, good character. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He is pure and He wants pure. That means our salah has to be pure, with concentration to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you want to just perform a salah to show off, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need. He said, I want something to do specially for me. That is the first hadith we made. The niyyah has to be pure, only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you want to please anybody else, Allah says, no. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not like to have partners with anybody. If you want to pray, pray for me only, not to have partners. That's why Tawheed is what? Oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is completely pure. His purity is there, His perfection is there, His completeness is there, and He is free from all sorts of needs, weaknesses and shortness. And we are the one who need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's help. So our intention for everything has to be pleased to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If our clothes are not right, if our food is not right, and if our deeds are not right, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not right. And one explanation is given that people who are doing businesses, who are teaching, cheating somebody, stealing and earning wealth with unlawful sources, they gather it, and in the mosque they hear that, oh, if you perform the Hajj or the Umrah, or your sins are forgiven. So they have earned the money from unlawful sources, and with that money they want to perform the Hajj, and thinking that once we perform the Hajj, this is all going to be forgiven. No. This hadith says that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure. It has to be pure. Your money has to be pure. You have to earn pure money. What you are wearing, the clothes should be pure, or purchased with the halal money. What the food you eat has to be halal. If the food is not halal, means earned from sources which are not lawful. If you are wearing clothes which you have bought with unlawful sources, and you are performing some good deeds. If you have taken stolen money from somebody and you said, okay, half of it I will give it to charity. Does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala needs that charity? Will accept that charity? No. So it has to be pure for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept anything to pure, because He is not in need. If all the humanity, in one of the hadiths, it says that if all the humanity, whole of the humanity from Adam alayhi salam to the last person is going to be born, they praise me, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, my position will not be increased by the width of one hair. And if the total humanity from Adam alayhi salam to the last person who is going to be born completely disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, completely disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, my position will not be lowered with the width of one hair. So as far as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is concerned, if we are praising Him, we are not increasing His position, we are increasing our position. We disobey, no change for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's position, our position is going down. So we have to make sure that if you want to have some good deeds to be performed, it has to be fitting to the standards of acceptance by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the message today. Let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it. What we have done today, alhamdulillah, everybody has given so much time to come, and inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward us. Sitting here, concentrating on Qur'an, learning about how to recite Qur'an and how to properly pronounce it. We are taking effort to do that. We are reciting Qur'an. We are understanding what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent. This is the letter from your most beloved friend. A letter comes from your most beloved friend. What are you going to do? Put it in one of the side? No. You will say, this is my friend. This has come from my friend. I want to know what he wants me to do, what he has written to me. So you have to read it, understand it, work it. So the rights of the Al-Quran Al-Kareem is recitation, understanding, and then acting upon, spreading to others, and enlightening and getting rewards from this. This is our whole life should be concentrating on Al-Quran Al-Kareem, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do, act upon it and make it part of us. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. So inshallah next Saturday Dr. Salim is going to do, and the most important thing is we are not doing here word-to-word translation here, because we tried that one and it was so difficult. So we are asking everybody next Saturday do the word-to-word translation, and whatever you can memorize the translation for next Saturday about the ayahs I have given. And the dua today Imam Hasan has told us, please take time to memorize. It might take like 20 minutes, half an hour, and then once you memorize it, do it every day. Last Saturday we say, Allahumma aini ala zikrika wa shukrika wa husna ibadatik. So inshallah next Saturday you come, you have to recite the dua, memorize it and do it, and make it part of your daily life. What is the part of learning the du'as is, if you don't want to use it, make it part of your daily life. Whenever you have time, you are driving, whatever you know, do the zikr. Whatever Qur'an you have memorized, do this. Not listening to the music and spending time on this. This is the time when you are on your own driving. What else you can do? You can use your time, you can use your heart, you can use your imagination. Remember Allah, remember Allah. Make dua to Allah. You don't know whether you are going to reach the destination or no. There is no guarantee. I told you about, inshallah we are going to finish. I told this before as well. I want to tell because sometimes new people come in. Umar bin Abdul Aziz. You can't say Rajillahu Ta'ala, but you can Rahmatullah because he's the Tabi'i. So Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he is the Khalif. And people say that the Khulafa Rashidin are 4, but they consider him as the 5th Khulafa Rashidin because of his piousness, and he was so nice. He is the Khalif. You know, today the King of Saudi, how do you think? Is he a millionaire, a billionaire? How much money he has got? What he want to do, he won't do anything he likes. Okay? So you can imagine Umar bin Abdul Aziz is the Khalifatul Muslimin. All the money is under his hand and his thumb. He has family, wife, children, and so on and so forth. But he takes only a small amount, which is the necessity for a man and the family to survive from the Baitul Mal. Only this much money every month, so that I can survive. That's it, not more. So that much money is coming. Ramadan came, and soon the Ramadan is going to finish. And what is the children want is some present of Ramadan. So new clothing for the Eid. This is, adults don't care, but the children want new clothes to wear on the Eid day. So he has cousins and family, very big family. So the children play with other children and friends and families and cousins and they discuss, and this boy said that, oh, my parents are going to make this type of dress and this type of dress on the Eid and this. And they come to mother, Umar bin Abdul Aziz's wife, and they said, mother, all our friends and relations and cousins are going to have new clothes. Can we also have new clothes on the Eid day? Okay, she said, I'll ask your father. She comes to Umar bin Abdul Aziz, and he said, all the children are asking, can they have new clothes for the Eid? And he calculates, he hasn't got money to make new clothes to his children. So you see, Khalifatul Muslimin. Yeah, nowadays the Shah or King or something like this, but nothing there. The whole Baitul Mal is under his thumb. He just orders the finance minister, give 1 million, he will bring in. He said, okay, I'll ask. And he counts his name. She said, what can we do? He said, okay, I'll think about it. And then he said, okay, what I'll do is, I'll try and take 1 month's salary in advance, and then you can make it. And I'll say next month I don't need it. And I'll 1 month salary in advance, and gradually I'll repay every month some money. So he writes a letter to the Minister of Finance, who is in charge of the Baitul Mal, saying that, could I have my next month's salary now, because I want to make something for my children. So the finance minister looks at this, okay, and he writes something and gives the letter back to the Khalifatul Muslimin. and he opens and reads. And he comes back to the wife with the tears in his eyes. The finance minister has written, "Oh Amirul Mu'mineen, if you give me guarantee that you are going to be alive next month, I am going to give you advance." So he said, "I can't give guarantee. I don't know whether I am going to awake live tomorrow morning or not. So while we are starting the car and driving, we don't know we are going to leave our destination or not. Do zikr, do tilawa, do dua. Don't waste your time, even driving. Whenever you have free time, do that one. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta